How's it going? Steve here. Monday's turning into a big day. Hopefully, you watch my other videos, and then I've been waiting for the one that's happening Monday, which is the VACQ 2 Rocket Lab RKLB, biggest competitor to SpaceX. There's actually some really good videos on YouTube right now. You have to subscribe to see my playlists, but I will add them to my playlist so you can see them. But really informative. And then, if you haven't heard, which is kind of everywhere now, but Pfizer PFE is the first vaccine to be FDA approved. FDA approval is huge. Like, it really is. I'm not saying this, but let me say this: I don't know anything. I'm not a financial advisor. I have no whatever license. I have nothing. I just do research. So, Pfizer, FDA approved, under $50. Boom. Hit it. It's not going to be like VACQ. VACQ, you got to get in, see when it goes high, sell it all. Then it's going to go down. It's going to correct, just like all the other ones do, and then buy it back. But don't buy as much. First, you pile in, make the money, bank it, wait for that stock to go down, then just add it to your portfolio. Because ultimately, we're trying to build a portfolio of stocks that's going to continuously make money, and we won't have to do anything. We can work and live our daily lives and just watch the numbers go up. That's the goal. But I just wanted to say, really check in, because the PFE Pfizer is confirmed. It's under $50 a share, which is great because the percentage growth potential is great. You look at Moderna, it's way up there. J&J is almost at 200, I think 185. I think Moderna is over 300. It's like 350. So those, even if they blow up, the percentage growth isn't there. Pfizer is, because it's at $49. So people are going to buy it. So buy it now, as soon as you can. Pre-market, whatever, it doesn't matter. As soon as that news hits, which it already has, people are going to be thinking about it all over the weekend, and the pre-market numbers are going to be huge. And then on Monday, it's going to start to go huge. It'll probably last a few days. So that's not one that you want to just like get in and sell out, like VACQ Rocket Lab. But anyway, I hope I'm helping. I'm pretty confident about this VACQ Rocket Lab thing. Can't see why it wouldn't triple. A lot of them haven't gone up as much as I wanted to. I'm not gonna lie, but I've just been watching this one for so long. There's just no way. It's not gonna happen. But Pfizer, again, FDA approval, PFE, get it in there. And if you haven't done VACQ yet, just a note: if you do get in on Monday, it's probably already going to be changed, or I'm sure it will already be changed to RKLB, Rocket Lab. So you can still buy when the market opens and capitalize on the gains. I just like to buy it as a SPAC, because then it just kind of transfers straight over and you don't have to worry about it. And like I mentioned earlier, if you watch my videos, the biggest issue is when the shares are delivered. Sometimes it's really annoying. I'm watching my apps and it's showing me all these, trades are taking place, and then I call, I can't trade it, on my system, and then I call my brokerage and they're just say that they haven't received the shares yet. I've actually had a broker tell me that it's not trade. One of my SPACs wasn't trading yet, and I was like, well, I'm seeing 1.4 million trades so far. She's like, where are you seeing that? CNBC app. Like, who's trading it? Because apparently there's one transaction broker for the company that releases all of the stocks to everyone. So it's all just, those are the insiders, that are trading those stocks. But it's annoying because you have your money in there and you see the thing going up and down and you can't do anything about it. I mean, you can. I guess this is something kind of interesting if you didn't know it. If you have it as a SPAC. I don't think you can buy it as RKLB. I've never tried to buy a SPAC, I'll be honest, after it became a public company. But I think that if you already own, like for instance, VCQ, and then on Monday, you have to, you own Rocket Lab, so you will see it trading, okay? And you can actually sell if you want. Like if it flies up and they haven't received the shares, you can actually sell if you want. They will do that. I mean, my brokerage will. I'm not sure about everybody else's because there's so many nowadays. But what they told me is that until the shares are delivered, they're not positive of the share price. So in my logic, it's, especially with a SPAC, the share price isn't going to change that much. So it might, so say it goes up to 18 or something, which I think VACQ is going to go higher than that. But I'm saying if it goes up to like 18 and the shares haven't been delivered yet, but you know that you bought VACQ before, you can sell when it goes up that high if that's when you want to do it. And then, but you're taking a risk because when the shares get delivered to a brokerage, they could actually be at a different price. But I realistically think it's never, if that ever happens, it won't be more than maybe $1 at the most. I can't imagine them wanting to do a whole bunch of math like as they're trying to figure out the shares like to deliver them. I mean, they are all the way up until that point, but yeah, just be wary of that. It's kind of weird. If you own the SPAC, you'll see it trading on other like apps and things, but then when you go to your brokerage, they'll tell you that the shares haven't been delivered yet. There's a lot of SPACs that they're right on it, and I think that Rocket Lab is going to be right on it because they are such a big company and they've been around since 2006. And I just saw today, just so you know, an interview with the CEO, and he said they could have gone public as an IPO, which is something that I was always questioning. I was like, well, if they're so big and they're the same, biggest competitor to SpaceX, so, SpaceX isn't going to go public as a SPAC. They're just going to go public. I mean, well, it's Elon Musk too, so he's got more money than God. But it's so that confused me. But he said that it's because he's actually launching these CubeSats, like 5 of them, and like small satellites in like I think a month or something, and he wanted to fund that, so he was using the public money that comes from doing a SPAC deal to fund that. I think kind of like just on a side deal, just kind of like he figured he'd take the extra money is what it sounded like. So why not, I guess. But anyway, that's why it's going public as a SPAC deal. And the other thing that can happen, and I'm going to finish this quick, is if all of a sudden on Monday they decide that Rocket Lab's going to be huge, and you're already invested in VACQ. I mean, they're basically still picking a IPO price. It basically works still the same almost as an IPO. They've pretty much done away with the VACQ and the acquisition, followed through. And so, anyway, I actually got to go. But if you don't see the shares come through, that's why. And it could hold you up. But I think VACQ, such a big company, is going to be fine. So enjoy Monday. Get some Pfizer and VACQ.